can't believe how much I'm enjoying driving around in an electric vehicle. I never thought I would, but to be honest with you, it's economical, it's pretty fast, it's uber comfy, and it's got loads of space in it. This is our iD.BUZZ. If you watched the first episode to this series, we introduced our iD.BUZZ and went through all the details and the pros and the cons and all that sort of stuff. And in this episode, we are finally getting round to upgrading the poor quality audio. We're going to be upgrading the speakers, and we're also going to be adding a bit of security to the vehicle and seeing what difference upgrading a sound system in an EV vehicle makes to the range. So we will soon find out, but for now, I left Blayde to spec the audio for this vehicle, so let's see what he's come up with. Blayde? 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 Don't know where he's gone. Anyway, let's just carry on without him.
Bonjour.
Ah, there's Blayde. See what I mean about loads of boot space? This is fantastic. Blayde, what's happening?
What's going on, you right?
How long have you been in there?
Oh, I've just been chilling, man. It's well comfy in here.
So I left you to spec all these speakers, amplifiers and sub for this vehicle.
Yep.
Before we move on to that, we've added some security and some safety driving features to this vehicle.
So the important bits, we've done obviously full tracker, as we do with all of our fleet
Yep.
cars,
Yep.
and front and rear dash cam, again, as we do with all of our cars. It's just a safety precaution. It's good to have that main important part done first of all.
Okay, so I believe we've gone with the Thinkware Q1000 twin pack, that's front and rear camera, and being an EV, we've also added the external battery pack as well. The reason for that is you can switch a feature on these cameras, which is quite cool, that picks up any movement around the vehicle and the camera comes to life, which puts drain on the battery. It's always a good idea to add the external battery pack. Perfect. And also we've got a 24-hour monitor tracker on there as well by SmartTrack, which we add to all of our vehicles. Now, moving on to the audio, what have you decided to fit into this vehicle?
Well, let me jump out and we'll go through it all.
Let's go for it.
I can't get out. As you can probably tell, Audison is the main brand we've gone for with this. The APK 163s in the front stage, so that is essentially a three-way component set of the Prima speakers. So you get two 6.5 inch, two 4 inch, and two tweeters, and they work as a three-way set up for the front. The rear, we're using the APK 165s, which is essentially the same set, but you just get the two 6.5s and two tweeters, and that's just going to fit in the factory location.
Now, are you thinking of running this passive or active?
We could run either way. Now, because we are going to run a sub with this system,
Yep.
to simplify it, because we're not going for like a crazy, silly high-end audio kind of file system, it's just going to be much better than factory. We're going to run a 5-channel setup. So this is the Audison Forza 5-channel amplifier, which then means the system will be running passive. One channel on the amp will drive 3 speakers for the front and then 2 speakers for the rear. So that's 4 channels used. And then the 5th channel on here will be driving the subwoofer. So the subwoofer we've used is the Audison APBX 10DS. So that's the passive 10-inch pre-made enclosure. And that's going to sit probably hidden away under the floor somewhere. And then that's basically giving us all the bass in the system.
Brilliant. What's this little box here?
So this one is the DRC AC. So that's the controller for the Forza, which you can set to control your overall volume, your subwoofer control volume. You can change different tunes for like different types of time alignment, different amounts of people in the car. And even if you were to use a different source, so for instance, if we were to use one of their Bluetooth receivers, running through optical, you can switch the sources. It really does a lot. It's just a knob and it's just got a light on the top, but you click it down and it does all the different bits and bobs you need it to. So when that's in there, it's quite handy to have.
I like that. It's just a knob.
It's just a knob.
Now I see something which is pretty heavy down the bottom here.
Yeah.
Oh mate. Now that is probably 10 kg just for one box.
At least.
And is this all going to be added to the vehicle as well?
Most likely, yeah. So sound deadening is, as I've said before, it's like the backbone of the system. If you're going to go throughout the entire car, replacing all the speakers, putting all nice amps in, but not bother with sound deadening, especially in an EV car, it's almost pointless. The sound deadening makes such a difference in the acoustics of the cabin. It turns a panel from being a big rattly piece of metal to a solid piece of acoustic-friendly
and
material.
obviously, you know, the whole point of an EV is to save weight, so you get more range out of the battery. I don't think it actually makes that much more difference, in all fairness, but we will find out. So we're gonna weigh the original audio equipment, and then we're gonna weigh all this. And see how much more weight we've added to the vehicle, and then once it's all done, I'll drive it around for a few days and see if it has actually affected the range on the vehicle. In all honesty, I don't think it's going to.
I think if it is, it's going to be negligible. I don't think it's going to be a lot.
Right. Well, thank you very much, mate. Let's hope it sounds as good as you've made it out to be.
Yes, we'll hope so. We'll hope so. We'll get it in the car, and when it's all finished, I'll come grab you, and we'll have a listen.
All right. So I'll see you in a few days' time.
Sweet.
Let's leave the guys to it.
Yeah, sweet.
Cool. We'll see you soon. Carry on watching. Well, we're a few days on, and apparently the audio upgrade in the iD.BUZZ is now complete, and I believe Blayde is actually in the vehicle waiting to demo the audio to me. So let's go find out how it sounds. Well, here's the moment of truth. You know, listening to an audio upgrade on your TV or on your phone through YouTube is never a true representation of how much better it actually sounds. Hopefully my reaction will let you know on how good it sounds. Have you heard it yourself, Blayde?
I have. Obviously, I've been tuning it, so it does sound good. It does sound very good. Obviously, if you've got some headphones to put on, pop some headphones on, because it will make a difference. Obviously, we've got our own mics on here, so you should hear it pretty well through headphones, but I think it's time. Just
before we go, the DRC's been installed in the center console here, and my favorite part is the airlift controller. The van's actually not on air yet, but I think the guys decided while the console was out and they were running all the cables, it was just a good idea just to get that all done, so it saves time on the next step of this project, which will be the air and wheels, which is what I'm uber excited about. But
it does
anyway,
look good. It does look really nice. They obviously trimmed it in the Alcantara and everything. It suits it.
That looks pretty cool, man. Right, let's have a listen.
Yeah, cool. So I've got some of the usual royalty or loyalty free, I'm not sure how you say it, set up. Normal music, what I use to test through YouTube. So let's have a listen. So turn it up about halfway for now.
And all you see, just raise the sound stage right up.
Just hear it all firing off. Give it a little bit more.
certainly going to make my journeys to and from work a lot more pleasurable,
Yep.
mate. That is, wow, that sounds amazing. It's the sound stage is kind of lifted right back up. It's a lot brighter.
Yep.
There's obviously a heap of mid-bass coming through the doors now as well. And that subwoofer box, you're right, mate, they're bloody incredible.
Yeah, and for it being all the way back there under the floor, obviously
Yeah.
we'll show you in a second where it's located, but under the floor, hidden away, you wouldn't even tell it was in there.
No.
But as soon as you play it, you definitely know it's there.
That is pretty amazing. The speakers and the equipment that you picked, was it a straightforward install, or did we have to do some fabrication?
Yes, so
work?
essentially it is pretty much straightforward. Now, because the original speakers come out and they have like a big plastic ring that they're mounted to, which is common on almost every speaker that's factory fitted, we do have to replace that. So we replaced that with a custom-made speaker adapter for the 6.5 inch and the 4 inch, and then the tweet is just dropped in. Same with the rears just went straight in nicely.
And in terms of sound deadening, outer skin, inner skin.
We've also deadened the door cards themselves with the skins, and we've also used some wave diffuser to keep the acoustics friendly behind the door card, and just everything shoots out through the grills.
Those little details like the sound deadening and all that makes a massive difference.
Yeah, otherwise it would have still sounded hollow.
Where did you guys decide to mount the amp?
So obviously we wanted it hidden, out of the way, so we managed to hide it under your seat. Where you were sat. So it's right under the seat, doesn't hinder going forward or backward or the movement of the seat or anything, but it's under the kind of base, plenty of space for it there. It's got ample room for breathing and stuff like that, so it works perfectly under there.
A lot of amps need accessibility, but the Forza amps don't, because all you do, plug it into the USB.
Correct.
And fire up your laptop or whatever.
So
and
UX is accessible right under where the amp is, so you
Yeah.
can just pull that out, plug it into the laptop. And then, there's no kind of dials or anything to turn on the amp, it's all on the computer.
I'm quite thankful that it's all kind of OEM looking.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell. If you just jumped in here, you would never be able to tell there's a...
Until you
audio
turn the
system.
music on, you'll be like, whoa,
Yeah.
this sounds well different compared to mine. I want to see how this subwoofer looks in the boot.
Yeah, come, let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
You can even hear the difference when you shut the doors.
Hey?
Before you do that, come listen to this. So, obviously sound deadening is on the rear doors, front doors, rear quarters, we haven't done anything. Yeah, so,
Oh, I thought we did.
no, not on the rear quarters.
Oh.
Yeah?
Okay, yep.
It's solid, absolutely solid, everywhere.
Wow. Massive difference. Right. Let's see what this...
Massive subs. Here it is. Spot the sub.
all that bass out of that little unit.
I know.
Flipping
Tiny,
hell.
isn't it? Yeah, good luck. It's got Velcro feet, so it won't slide around.
So it's not going to slide around. Wow. You know what? That's really impressive. That's obviously down to the design of the box. It's down firing, so the bass is coming out the sides of the box, and it's just sounding a lot more bassier than a normal box would.
Yeah.
And that's the APBX 10?
Yeah, 10DS. So
10?
Yeah, 10 inch. It's shallow 10 as well. It's like that.
So if I went for a 12,
you could get a lot more out of a 12.
wow.
You can always, if you want to in the future, swap out for a big box, 600 watts RMS setup.
Yeah.
You can get loads and loads of bass. And you could even have two. So one for hideaway if you're using the boot.
Yeah.
And then one for if you're wanting crazy bass in the car, you can do it.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So Blayde, I'm sure the audience wanting to know how much weight we took out, because all we removed was the OEM speakers, right?
Yeah, so what you've got to bear in mind is all we've taken out is speakers. Speakers don't really weigh a lot.
Especially OEM ones.
Yeah, so I think it's probably about 3 kg of the total weight of what we pulled out.
They must have been right.
They weren't amazing. I mean, the magnets on them were tiny. And like you say, that it's designed to be as lightweight as possible.
And they're normally paper cone as well, aren't they?
Yeah, paper cone, tiny magnets, that kind of thing. Now what we put back in, so the difference essentially of what we put in versus what we've taken out. Now bear in mind this is 2 big packs of sound deadening, that amplifier, 6 speakers up front, 4 in the back, and the sub
box
is 45 kg on top. Now, sounds like quite a lot, but what you got to bear in mind, that's less than majority of adults. That's like a child's weight essentially.
Okay.
And this is a people carrier. So I don't think you're going to see much of a difference in terms of just the weight difference.
Okay, so before all this equipment went in, on a full charge, I was getting around about 200 miles.
Yeah.
I'll report back in a few days or on the next episode how much range I've lost or haven't lost.
Yeah.
Now, price-wise, it's not bank-breaking, is it?
No. With what we've put in here, I'll give you an average cost. So the front three-way components speakers, £330 off the top of my head. The rear speakers are about £230. The subwoofer is about £380.
Okay.
DRC AC, so that's the controller, that's about 140 quid. The amplifier is the pricey bit, it's about £1,100. The sound deadening packs, I think we've got them on offer. The skins bulk kits are about 70 quid for one pack. I think all in all, with equipment wise, you're probably in for about just over £2,000.
On the equipment?
Yeah.
That's not bad, you know.
Not bad at all.
So the only extra additional you've got to go on top of that, according to how far the customer wants to go with the installation, is
the
labour.
Yeah, 100%.
There are links to all the products down below in the description, so you can go and check the products out on the website. If you do want to get your iD.BUZZ or any vehicle done, drop us an email or give us a call, and we'll give you a quote on that. But yeah, happy days. Blayde, nice one for that.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, I'll report back in the next episode on the battery drain. I don't think it's going to make any difference. Well, that's the audio upgrade on the iD.BUZZ complete, and I must say it sounds absolutely fantastic. In the next episode, you guessed it, the airlift controller's already been custom mounted in the center console, so in the next episode we're going to be bagging the iD.BUZZ and putting a lovely set of wheels on it, and that's the next part of the project. So until next time, I'll see you then.